forgive me if this is a little bit longer of a video than I normally do, but it's a subject that I very much like to discuss. I want to discuss the notion of forgiving people in the MAGA movement that claim that they are now leaving the MAGA movement. The notion that we need to be embracing these folks and welcoming them with open arms. So there are going to be a lot of different things I'm going to show you and talk to you about in this video. First, let me show you this video. So this woman goes into her garage. She's got a shop, a roll-up door here, and you can see she's got a couple of Trump flags, and she puts her poster up, and she her ladder up, and she removes these Trump flags, and it says, "When you used to be a part of a cult, but then you woke up." Okay, so she's showing, and this was a recent video, that she's removing her cult flags, and she's claiming that she woke up. Now, in this video, she's sitting on the hood of a car saying, "Explaining myself is too much work, just judge me." And there are people that say that we should be embracing folks like her. Here's my take on all of this. Why now? What was your awakening? You've been supporting this man for years through some of the most horrible things a human being can say or do. When he said, "Oh, you got to look at this guy," you supported him. When he said, "You should have seen her. She was bleeding from her eyes. She was bleeding from her wherever," you supported him. When he started trade wars that cost American farmers their livelihood, you supported him. When American families were paying $1,700 a year more because of his tariffs, you supported him. When he went after trans people in the military, you supported him. When he sent ICE into the streets of American cities to deny people their constitutional rights and murder American citizens, you supported him. When he made a clown out of himself on the national stage, you supported him. When he defended Putin, you supported him. When he was the first president ever to allow Russian media and Russian officials into the Oval Office without American media, you supported him. Why now? See, we're seeing way too many people that now that Trump is at the end and can never run for office again, and is most likely going to be muted for the last 2 years of his presidency when he loses power in the midterm. Now all of a sudden people are becoming anti-Trump. And what I think is people are trying to distance themselves from the horrific shit that this man has said and done that they supported over the years. So when we're all living in a post-Trump world, you guys can go, I never really liked that stuff. You see, you have businesses to protect, right? You're a hairdresser. Your husband's a landscaper. When all of the shit comes out about Donnie Trump and all them little girls on the island, you guys need to protect your income. So I'm not buying all of these conversions all of a sudden. And as far as whether or not we should believe these folks and welcome them in, or the ones who truly are having some type of cathartic moment that we should welcome them in, no. First, let me show you this video, and we're going to talk about this video on the back end.
I think people really realize how counterintuitive the hate that I receive when you can take one look at my page and see that I am doing the work.
Hi, Carter. I know you're not the only one that's leaving MAGA and receiving hate, but I want to point out in a visual way, if we can, on why you're not entitled to forgiveness just because you are deconstructing from your past, which that's great. You're not entitled to anyone's forgiveness, and this is why. Your actions as a triple Trumper, actions that everyone has taken, they are the effect that they've had in this country. So think of it as this blank sheet of paper. This is a blank sheet of paper that now represents our country. And this is what Trump and everything related to him, they're doing. Okay, so it doesn't matter that you are asking for forgiveness, deconstructing, all of that. It doesn't change the fact that this is the country now. Like this is the country that we have now. And you can smooth it, you can do whatever you want to it, but it doesn't change the fact that it has created irreversible changes and has actually cost the lives of people. So you are not entitled to forgiveness because this was the cause of what you have done, your words and your actions. We teach this to kids actually, so that they can see the power that their words and actions have on the world around them. So you do need to deconstruct, but it doesn't take anyone's forgiveness in order for you to do that. I hope that helps.
The damage is done. Let me say it in another way. We've all heard these little life lesson stories like the boy who cried wolf and things like that. Here's another one that I heard a long time ago. A father heard his son saying horrific, painful things to the other kids in the community. And as a result of that, the father had a talk with the son and told him, every time you say something hurtful, every time you say something harmful, every time you say something vile the way you do, you have to hammer another nail into that old picket fence out there. The first day of this new punishment, the boy hammered over 50 nails into that fence. And his arm got tired. And the next day, he didn't say as many nasty things, but he still said a lot, and he had to hammer in a few fewer nails, but still a lot. And as the days went on, the number of nails got fewer and fewer and fewer, until one day he didn't say anything nasty to any of the other kids. And he gladly reported his progress to his father. His father said that was great, but now, every day he goes in life without saying something nasty to one of his peers in the community, he has to remove one of those nails from that fence. It took him a long time, but eventually he pulled the last nail out, and he reported to his father that the task was done. His father then took him back out to the fence and showed him all of the holes in that picket fence. And he said, look, the fence is damaged. The nails are like your words. You can take them back, but the damage is done. You can tell us that you're anti-Trump now, but you stood by him through all of the shit he did to this country. You stood by him through every horrific act, through every horrific thing he said, through every horrific post he made. And now, conveniently, you guys are all leaving MAGA. If you guys are able to deconstruct, as it's called, aces, congratulations, make that progress. I don't want you in my tent. I don't want people in my tent that for years were okay with the oppression of people not like them. I don't want in my tent people that were okay with the trade wars and the homophobia and attacking women and the assault that he has been accused of and found adjudicated as of doing in a court of law. I don't want any of those people in my tent. I'm happy that you're deconstructing. Hopefully you have a better life. You want to prove to me that you've deconstructed? Don't vote Republican in the fall. You want to prove to me that you've turned a corner? Don't vote Republican in 28. Until then, in my opinion, this is all performative theater designed to cover people's asses as we head into a post-Trump world. I'm not a Trumper, but you were. No, I just, I thought he was the better option, but I really didn't like half the stuff he was doing. Really? That's why he had multiple flags on your garage wall? Probably multiple signs in the lawn? That's why you stood by him through all that horrific shit? I want to think about it. You're taking your posters down now in 2026. You're taking those flags. You're taking those down 6 years after he sent a domestic terrorist mob to overthrow our government. That didn't make you take him down, but something now has? Yeah, not buying it.